Do you remember the ALS Ice Bucket Challenge? Everyone was doing it. Athletes, comedians, inventors, singers, even politicians. However, when I first saw this, I thought it was a huge publicity stunt. Now, what I mean by this is I thought it was a way to boost your own self-image. It was a way to get more followers, get more likes, get more retweets, get more whatever. I thought it was just a way to boost your own self-image and just get more for yourself. And I thought this was also incredibly disrespectful to a serious illness. However, then I saw this. And I also learned that all that money that was raised from this charity led to the discovery of a gene that has been proven to cause ALS. This is one example of many examples of how social media can make serious positive impact in our world. Now, the ALS Ice Bucket Challenge is a very recent example from 2014, a few years ago. It's still fresh on our minds. So I'll give you an even more recent example, Rebecca Schofield. Now, Rebecca Schofield is a 17-year-old teen girl from Riverview, NB, and she unfortunately has cancer. And it was diagnosed that she would only have 3 months to live as of December of 2016. So, as her dying wish, her mother claimed on her GoFundMe page that she wanted everyone to be kind. Right. She wanted everyone to post a kind act they did that day with the hashtag Becca told me to. The hashtag Becca told me to phenomenon has been quite sweet, in my opinion. It has been a way for people able to just talk about little things they did, and it has been a way to get these little acts of kindness to the forefront. Things that usually you wouldn't hear on the news about people doing. Things that you usually wouldn't talk about with friends. Things that no one ever lets you know about. We're now at the forefront all because of this hashtag. And not only that, but they were giving a dying teen girl her final wish. This got so popular that it reached Prime Minister Justin Trudeau. So think about that. All because a mother of a dying teen girl posted to a GoFundMe page that she wanted people to post acts of kindness with a simple hashtag. All of a sudden, the leader of our country knew exactly who she was. That's incredible. That is amazing. Now, I mentioned the ALS Ice Bucket Challenge. Now, the creator of the ALS Ice Bucket Challenge is a man. The creator of the ALS Ice Bucket Challenge is a man named Pete Frates. Pete Frates was a student at Boston College who was diagnosed with ALS in 2012. He originally did the Ice Bucket Challenge as a joke. It was like, hey, look, dumping ice on my head. However, lots of people started doing this, and it became a thing. And once it was discovered he had ALS, it became the ALS Ice Bucket Challenge. Now, the thing these two have in common is it started off as a small thing, something very isolated in a very small town, in a very small community, that became something huge by the way of social media. When Pete Frates posted that for the first time and everyone viewed it, and then people started doing it, more and more people saw it. And it was the same thing with Rebecca. Once her mother asked for everyone to post acts of kindness, everyone saw it, so everyone started doing it. That is the kind of impact that we couldn't do with pigeon carriers. That is the kind of impact we couldn't do with emails. That is the kind of impact we couldn't do with letters of the past. We can only do it today with social media and social networking. Now, for a surprisingly more serious point, we're going to go to Amber Alerts. Now, Amber Alerts were originally created in 2002. They have evolved to this day, but they were originally believed to be a minor improvement, as they were originally brought into Canada from Alberta. And there's a quote from the Alberta Solicitor General, Hannah Forsyth. In 2002, she claimed, "We anticipate an Amber Alert will only be issued once a year in Alberta. We hope we never have to use it. But if a child is abducted, Amber Alert is another tool police can use to find them and help them bring the child home safely." Now, it won't be a surprise to you to know that 2 years later, all of Canada was using this system. It has evolved greatly. It was originally only used in television stations and radio stations, but has evolved to use things like Google, Bing, Facebook, Twitter, all those. Anytime a child goes missing, Amber Alerts come on and say, hey, this is how old he is, or she, this is what they look like, we need to find them. And it works. Not only does it work and help us find the kids and get them to safety, but it also may give the family some comfort knowing that people are going to know right away. Okay. Now for a even more isolated scenario than the ALS Ice Bucket Challenge and Rebecca Schofield. Here. This boy is Everett. This kid is Edward Botwright. He is from BC, and he has autism. And one of the main issues he has is he won't eat a lot of foods. One of the few foods he will eat, though, is Star Wars Kraft Dinner. However, the Star Wars Kraft Dinner was a very limited edition item, so it's not on sale anymore. So when they didn't have any more at house and they couldn't get any more at the store, his dad had a great idea. He posted to Instagram what his problem was, and he asked for help. He explained the situation, how his kid had only ate Star Wars Kraft Dinner, and they couldn't find any, and he asked for some more. And it worked, as you could see by the 2 comments. And Jody Fisher and Lena McGraw were very willing to help him out. Now, and again, like I said before, we couldn't have done this with carrier pigeons. We couldn't have done this with email. We couldn't have done this with letters. This would have been way more difficult in the past, but with this technology, it's much easier. This got so noticed, in fact, that a former Star Trek actor, William Shatner, tried to contact Kraft Foods themselves and try to get them to help out by sending them maybe the shapes of the Star Wars characters for the Kraft Dinner. That's terrific. That's great. Like, that kind of impact goes a long way in the real world. Like, think about it if this was more serious. Think about if this was a child who hadn't ate for a few weeks, who only liked one kind of food. This technology would be extremely useful to find that kind of food. That's terrific. Now, all I'm going to say now is think about the next time you hear someone say that social media is bad and how it is destroying our teens, how it causes social isolation, addiction, and all of that. And while all those points are valid, we also need to keep in mind that not only is this an ever-growing industry, it is constantly getting popular, as it's predicted that by 2020, 3 billion people will use this. That is over a third of our world, and it can make some serious positive impact if we use it correctly. Thank you.